Welcome back. You're with us here on Opening Fire. Markets, of course, have come up. Dilip Bhatt is joining us right now to take some questions. He's Joint Managing Director at Prabhudas Lilladher. Dilip, good morning. Good to have you with us here. Thanks for your time. So
Always
closer to 7,700, Dilip, and marching on. So what's your sense? 8,000 before budget? 8,000 plus?
So Prashant, you know what? The market seems to be in a very optimistic mood. So whatever the news that comes is always interpreted in a very positive way. And, at least till run up to the budget, market is always going to, the participants are going to buy on dips. So this kind of frenzy possibly will continue till the budget. So where it takes till the budget is definitely a debatable point, whether it's 8,000 or so. So it doesn't look impossible if that's what you want to ask. But the major thing is, beyond the Nifty, there is also the broader markets where things are really going topsy-turvy, and I think all the stocks are hitting a new highs. And I think there is kind of a euphoric madness which is going on across the broader markets. So it's not just the Nifty stocks, but it's also the broader markets where there's a lot of action which is taking place, which probably is showing much more bullishness than the markets.
But then the budget will come. The budget will be great. The market will rally on, Dilip. On a light.
I wish the life was so simple, so linear as what you make it out to be, Prashant. But I'm sure, I think as what I'm just trying to say is that, run up to the budget, there's so many rumors flying. So all that are being interpreted that everything positive will happen for the market. So that's why I say that till budget there is going to be the market which will continue to rally, and even if there is some correction, probably it will be short-lived. But I think more sanity will come after the budget, and maybe by second quarter, where people will resume looking at some of the earnings, the valuations, and some of those things. And now whether one needs, most of the people are now talking about FY16 and FY17. So, markets have become that optimistic. So maybe all those things probably, hopefully will get a little more resolved and a little more level-headed after the budget, when we'll be able to see what really makes sense out of this entire market.
I think that if the budget doesn't deliver on all the rumors, people are just going to say, well, it doesn't matter. Budget is just one thing. Let's wait. It'll come outside the budget. Or you think there'll be great disappointment?
No, you may be right in your first assumption that, okay, if budget has come and if they don't meet the expectations, and if, say, the government talks some language on some of the future things, which they may say is beyond the budget, so that may set the expectations really going for the market. Because after a long time, there is a mood of optimism, and everybody wants to believe that now something good is going to happen. That is what the magic is of a decisive mandate and a strong leader which is there in place at the moment.
Yeah. So, let's just talk about the Nifty 50 stocks, Dilip. Where do you see money will move into next? Because that's essentially what we've seen, right? Sector to sector to sector to sector, and then back to the first.
Sure, I think, Prashant, there has been a lot of rotation. I think the Nifty 50 continues to do its sector rotation. So as what I just told you right at the beginning, though Nifty may not move up much, the broader markets will still move. But coming back to Nifty, I think some of the stocks that will continue to attract attention in our opinion would be, I think in the tech pack it will still be Infy, which will probably, which has corrected so much as compared to all other tech stocks. So Infy would still be something which everybody would be looking for. I think Bharti Airtel is another stock which probably has still reasonable room where it can really go up. I think in the banking space we are still talking about something like an ICICI Bank, where perhaps the window is still open as compared to an HDFC Bank or Axis Bank, where the windows are closed for the FIIs. So ICICI Bank also looks pretty good and solid in that particular space. And I think moving away from that, I would look at something like a GAIL or something like an ONGC. And Larsen and Toubro still would continue to be on our radar, because that's the only stock where from an under ownership to over ownership is what we are seeing, and the re-rating will continue.
No, the INFI move that we're seeing is just because of the underperformance, Dilip, or is there something specific?
Well, I think the way it has corrected from near 4,000 to 3,000 on all kinds of management rumors, and I think most of them possibly may not be really all that correct. So I think based on that, it has taken a beating. But I think with Narayan Murthy being at the top, the way he has handled the things in the past, one can trust him that he is definitely one of the most able leaders that you can ever think of. And probably whatever confusion that prevails in the minds of the investors, that probably will get corrected or will get resolved sooner than what all of us think. But more important is that I think we will still see a good growth in INFI in terms of the numbers for this particular year and for the next year, notwithstanding the fact that the dollar may provide some kind of headwinds to the prospects of the company.
You know, this big rally in cement stocks, the large ones, Nifty cement stocks that we've seen. What is the basis for that, according to you?
Well, I think the overall optimism which percolates down to say a Capital Goods or say a Larsen and Toubro, and then if you were to go below that, I think if these are going to do well, by same corollary, you will definitely have the cement companies also doing pretty well. So what people are factoring right, investors are factoring right now is over next 2 years, two things will happen. Volume is going to increase, which has been very anemic in the last 2 years, and a lot of people have a good capacity where, so the capacity utilization will go up, volumes will go up, and more important, operating profit per ton, which was around 800, 850, can go back to around 1000 to 1200, anywhere between that over next 2 years. So I think all three will make for a good, it will have a very compounding effect very positively on the stocks. That's the broader call on the cement companies.
The two keywords seem to be overall positivity. That explains the big move everywhere that we are seeing, Dilip. In right earners, does this remind you of the big up days of 2006-07?
Well, Prashant, what you say is right. In some way, it does resemble that. The optimism is endless, and the euphoric movement in the stock prices also is very reminiscent of what really happened during those 2006-2007 days. And the best part is, the economy is yet to wake up and is yet to even walk, forget about running, but is yet to walk properly, because right now it's limping very badly. So I think that is what is probably at the end of it will worry a lot of the investors, and especially for the value investors who actually look at what the valuation should be, what the ROE should be, what the P should be, what the free cash is going to be. I think all those things are yet to be fully, to get in, are yet to get into a comfort zone based on the current valuation. But yes, I think what you say is pretty right. These seem to be a little more heady days, and that is what is a little more scary, to this entire thing.
Yeah. Broader markets, of course, have done phenomenally well, right? I mean, I think we briefly hit 7,700. Just wanted to make a quick mention of it, very briefly, on the Nifty, 7,700. I think I've come off a little bit. I had the Amtech Auto managing director with us before you came on, Dilip. So, I mean, these stocks have run up quite a bit. There is this buzz of merger between the two companies, which has been doing the rounds for a while, India and Auto, Amtech India and Auto. And he said, well, I've got no information. Operationally, it would make very little difference if they were merged. And it's kind of hard to do. Delist and then take over, etc. I mean, they're not easy to do. So what would you make of something like this? Amtech India, Amtech Auto. There is a bet on business revival as well, sure. But stocks have come a long way.
Well, I think as far as whatever little I know about Amtech Auto, I think the acquisitions which they have done, probably that will have to play out to its full potential. So maybe the turnover can jump right up to say 17 to 18,000 crores on a consolidated basis, and probably from there on also it can move further. But more important is, as they take charge of the overseas acquisition and they try to bring a little more control over the costs and bring about the profitability, I think the bottom line should show a very sharp improvement. And I think as far as the debt is concerned, probably, everybody will now try to replace their existing debt with a low cost debt. Now some of those things probably seem to be possible and maybe in the offing. So taking all this thing into account, I think Amtech Auto still probably has a reasonably very good room to go up.
Okay. Room to go up. Any specific ideas that you have, Dilip, you want to share with us?
Sure, I think so let me not say that I don't see some of these stocks for say next 6 months to 9 months. So if they go up, it's a bonus. But I think we still talk about something like the way the markets have run up, something like 18 to 24 months. But couple of stocks look pretty good and interesting. JSPL is one amongst them. I think that's a stock which really has good potential to go up, because I think in 2 years' time it's possible that the company can have an EBITDA of around 11 to 12,000 crores, which is very significant, from 5,500 crores which they reported in FY14. So I think that looks pretty good and interesting. Jindal Steel and Power. I think another stock which looks pretty interesting is Engineers India. Though the stock also has run up like most of the stocks, but this stock will be tracked more on the order inflows, and I think going forward the order inflows should be pretty good and pretty robust. So Engineers India looks pretty interesting. I think NTPC is another stock which may not move like a rocket, but certainly will give a good resilience and defense to your portfolio, but will have a steady growth story over next 1.5 to 2 years. So we like even NTPC. I think very broadly some of these names really appear to be good at the moment.
Dilip, just one quick comment. SEBI had mandated that in private companies, listed companies, promoters need to reduce their stake down to 75%, right? Float should be 25%. There was some report, I remember think about a week and a half, 2 weeks back, which said that the same will be done for government companies as well, PSUs as well, where government will go down to 75, and at least 25 has to be held, as 25% of the shares has to be held by public, in other investors, etc. Any information on that? That will in a way go in line with the disinvestment agenda as well.
Well, even I haven't heard much about it, because the government companies were being treated a little separately. So I don't think that they would be treated differently now. The special treatment probably in my opinion they will continue to get. But even assuming that they have to fall in line with the other companies, I think as what you very rightly said, it will provide a good window of opportunity for the government to really disinvest, because the way the stock prices have really gone up of a lot of PSUs, this will provide them a good opportunity to collect some money. At the same time, infuse the liquidity of some of these stocks and bring about a lot more sanity for some of the PSU stocks. So I think even if they are asked to fall in line, it will turn out to be a lot more positive.
Will turn out to be a positive. Okay, fair enough. Dilip, thanks very much for your time. Good talking to you as always. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's take a break. We're back in 2. Sarvendra Srivastav joins us when we return with some more trading ideas. 27 on the Nifty, 77 and back a little bit. New high, of course. Back to 2.